Whoa, man, we are live. COVID cannot kill me. I am invincible. I shouldn't say that. I'm not fully recovered yet. Hi, everybody. Welcome to All the RPGs, Mischief, Gold, and Piracy. I am Christopher, your judge. It's been a long time since we played.
Feels that way.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll give her a quick recap. We stole a ship and became pirates, and then got wind of treasure beyond your wildest dreams in some tower that rises out of the ocean every 10 years or so. Found the tower, fought off a bunch of bad guys, and got a bunch of treasure, and then got back to the ship, and then the tower sunk.
Oh no.
I hate it when that happens.
The prize, the large piece of loot coming out of that was the Black Pearl, which is fist-sized, right? Fist-sized Black Pearl. There's a bunch of other stuff that y'all had as well, and so now we're back on the boat and we're headed to sell some loot and do what pirates do, party. There's going to be some of that during the game. Sorry, everybody.
No, it's fine.
And so, you're on the ship. You are on the Serenico. It's been so long since I said it, I have to remember how to say it. You're on the Serenico, which is an odd ship. And there's some old crew still kicking about because you haven't got them home yet. But when you got the ship, part of the deal was that you would take them to their home, which turns out to be like another sphere of existence or something, they said. All right.
Is this the ship with the funky mech that nobody knew how to work but Frank?
This is a different ship, but similar.
Okay.
So, let's do a little character introductions. Since Frank hasn't played with us before, tell us about Frank.
Frank was a debutante, basically, but not happy about it necessarily. And she was on the 3-hour tour of say the name of the big ship.
Stercorarius.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Survived that. Survived. Kind of got stranded on an island by herself, and then it was so long ago now.
Then you hooked up with Captain Guido and the crew.
Right.
On the Macronectus.
Yes.
You found the Village of Death. You were at the Village of Death.
That's where they found me.
And you hooked up with the crew, right, with Captain Guido and the crew. And
right.
then that crew eventually made it to port and sort of disbanded into its various ways. And you got into this crew on the Serenico.
Okay.
And they decided that they were going to steal the ship, and they actually did steal the Serenico. And that's the ship that you're on now. It's another weird ship. Somehow,
okay.
Whoever writes all this stuff has a weird propensity to put some kind of non-actual seagoing vessels in all the seagoing adventures.
He likes a little sci-fi in his pirate.
Yeah, well, you're right. I'm the writer. I just like weird in my fantasy. Weird fantasy.
Yeah. So I'm a pirate, but I'm kind of new to it. I'm good with weapons. Yeah. So I'm a pirate, but I'm kind of new to it. I'm good with
motors, engines,
weapons.
I guess.
Yeah. So I'm a pirate, but I'm kind of new.
Yeah. You your class is called Salty Survivor.
Right.
That came out of Sinking the Stercorarius. It was one of the new classes that we made, and it gives you.
There's the asshole cat.
Oh my God! You have a cat on your head. Wait a minute. I can have a cat on my head too. There's a filter for
the
that.
Asshole cat or the cat's asshole?
Well, he usually sticks that in my face about right now. So.
thanks for the cameo, Cat.
Sorry, I forgot we were live.
It's fine. There's Leanna has shown up on stream now and again as well because she always wants to be like, Dad, I have to talk to you. I'm like, I'm on camera. You can come talk to me on camera. She's like, no. And then she'll like
My kids might come down.
she'll like slowly inch over till you see like just a little bit of her on the camera. And like, just come here. What do you want?
Micah might need a hug later for
Oh, that's
bedtime.
fine. All right, now you're all crewed up, and the nice thing about a pirate ship is that not everybody goes on all the adventures. Sometimes you're on duty, and that happened to be what happened with Frank with the Tower of the Black Pearl. Is that you were on duty on the ship while some of the other crew went ashore. But now you're all back on the ship, and we're gonna put Frank at the wheel because you have the piloting skill.
Yep.
And one of the others can be on watch in the crow's nest. Who wants to be in the crow's nest?
Me.
All right, Gunner's up in the crow's nest.
I seem to always end up in the crow's nest and things go horrible. So
Great. I managed to mute myself on the stream for that one. Sorry to the players. All right. Give me a luck check there, Gunner, while you're up in the... you're headed for Lowport. It's a town you know that's sort of a scum and villainy kind of place. Hive of scum and villainy sort of place. You know, one of them pirate towns. Where you think you could probably fence some wares, even if they're stolen or whatnot. You definitely can't go back to Lostport yet, because that's where you stole this ship, and things are probably a little hot there still.
hang on.
Luck check below the stats block there.
There we go. Oh, that we'll call the first one is the roll. I double checked it.
Yeah, that's fine. Either way, you made it. Gunner, you see a ship coming directly for you.
Holy shit!
Vessel dead ahead.
Is it moving? Is it moving towards us? What's it doing?
Looks to be moving directly toward you.
Evasive maneuvers.
Tell me about your evasive maneuvers.
Well, I mean, I just kind of want to move to the side and see if it sort of, or move to the, let's say, starboard, and see if it kind of follows and still tries to.
You go to starboard. They go to starboard.
Oh, that's good. That means to go that way.
Do we see any
Sorry.
any flags, any affiliations?
Have you got a spyglass?
Do I have a spyglass? I thought
Does-
somebody in our party had a spyglass.
I think somebody does. It's probably
I
going to be
think
like
that's in our original party.
Woj. It'll probably be Woj, Michael, who's not here today.
I am. I'm holding up flint and steel, but I can't see through it.
I thought it would make things lighter. Backpack, flint and steel,
Exactly.
grappling hook. It's not Woj. Woj doesn't have maybe a stout Peter. There's so many crew on this ship.
I don't have very much right now.
Yeah. No, I know. We'll get that sorted shortly here.
No, I'm not worried about it. I
Stole one from one of those pirates we mugged in the sinking tower.
Oh, on the top.
Oh yeah, there you go.
on
That's
the
right.
on the very top of the tower, the first 2 to 3 that we killed.
That's right. There was probably a spyglass or two amongst them. Yeah. When you give me an intelligence check, there, Sickly Ned.
Okay. Maybe we'll go back over to the intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Did it go? Let's see. Oh, let me pull down here.
It's probably asking if there's a. Oh no, there might ask for a mod or something in the main window.
Let me check on that. Hold on a second. Oh wait, no wonder. Sorry, wrong character. Deadly Donna is not in this game today. Thank you very much. I was checking her inventory.
Oh, I see. Yeah. You're looking through the spyglass, and you kind of pull it down and you look around, and then you look at the spyglass again, and hey, Bert. I figured since I survived and made it to Shadowrun, I should make it to my own game this week too. Thanks for stopping by. So you pull down the spyglass and you look around, and then you put it back up to your eye, and you pull down the spyglass and you look around. And when you put it back up to your eye, the thing that you're checking is to make sure that you're on your ship. Because when you look through the spyglass, you're looking at you through the spyglass on your ship, from your ship.
That seems entirely unhelpful.
What's in this rum?
That guy's really good looking.
Yeah, so when you look through the spyglass, you see your ship. And people on the ship doing the same thing that people on your ship are doing. And they look just like you.
Well, that's interesting.
Wow. Okay. So,
Well, and Ned's the only one who knows this, so
right. Yeah. So but I'm on deck, so I'm gonna go over to Frank and go, I don't know if maybe I overindulged last night celebrating getting out of that tower and thinking, can you take a look at this?
sure.
What?
I mean, do you see what I see?
Spyglass.
Gunnar would start seeing this too, being up in the crow's nest. I'm going to switch the map for everybody. And let's see, for this. All right, we're back. Yeah, so you turn starboard, they turn starboard. Now you're kind of doing this slow circling around each other thing here.
I look through the spyglass.
You see you looking through the spyglass on your ship.
That's very
Like
strange.
One hand on the wheel.
Yeah. Ned, unless I don't think I drink as much as you, but unless something's seriously wrong, this is the weirdest spyglass I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, maybe we better check our supply of water, make sure it's not tainted or something.
Something.
They're trying to get a little closer, so they didn't turn as far starboard as you did. And as you're looking at the spyglass, one of the other people on the ship is flashing some flags.
Okay, I'm gonna look around and see if anybody on our ship is doing that.
Nobody on your ship is doing that right now.
Okay. Do we know, like, flag signals?
Yeah, it basically they're saying, stop. We'd like to talk. Something strange seems to be going on.
I'm okay with stopping. Something strange definitely seems to be going on. Ned?
Well, yeah, I think I'm game if you are. I mean, are you seeing what we're seeing? Well, actually, maybe you aren't seeing what you're seeing, because I'm seeing me and Frank's seeing Frank. And are you seeing anything odd on that ship?
I don't know. That guy up in the crow's nest is really good looking, though.
Gunnar sees Gunnar up in the crow's nest and sees Frank at the wheel on the other ship and sees Snacks yelling up to Gunnar on the other ship. I mean, Sickly Ned yelling up to Gunnar on the other ship. And then the only difference right now is that they're making slightly more of a straight line toward you, and there's one crew member. We'll say it's. Let me look in the crew folder, extra crew folder. We'll say it's Hogar, is flashing some flag symbols that basically say, "Hey, stop! Something weird is going on. We'd like to talk and try to figure it out."
Yeah, I don't get the impression that they're going to try to ram us or anything like that. They don't seem to be moving fast. And they didn't adjust to, like slam into us just to get a little closer. So we can maneuver so that we're broadside.
Okay. You're going to try to just get closer and then get up alongside the other ship, your other ship.
Yeah.
I make sure my
Uh-oh.
boat is ready up in the crow's nest there. It's close at hand, and there's an arrow out leaning against the couple arrows leaning against the wall.
Sure.
Quickly.
I accidentally clicked outside the window of Roll20, and now I have to reload the map just one moment so I can make some adjustments to it. Here I will. Oh, got really large. All right, let's see here. And you're like yelling distance now, basically, from them. And it looks exactly like you and your crew, including all your extra crew that are running around, trimming sails and whatever. And they say, "Hello there! Something strange seems to be happening. You look like us."
No, you look like us, but I agree that it's definitely strange.
This is very perplexing. We must figure out what is going on. Will you parlay with us?
Looking around for any dissent from my other two.
Live action crew.
Yeah.
O's?
What?
Gunner waves from
What?
the crow's nest on the other ship.
What's up, man?
I like how you set those arrows out in the crow's nest. I did the same thing over here too.
You noticed that, did you?
It's what a smart gunner would do in this situation.
That's right. How many did you set out?
5. How many did you set out?
Oh, I only set out 3.
Oh,
Just
3.
use-
How many did you set out?
All right. Well, okay. Yeah, we'll parlay.
Is that the storm bow? I have the storm bow.
Yeah,
This is really weird.
this is weird.
They suggest, so as not to have to yell, that you each ship send some representatives in one of the longboats, one of the pinnaces, and you just kind of meet in between. There's like,
That's
you can see
fine
there's
idea.
that area in between the two ships there. You guys kind of drift apart a little here.
Somebody drop anchor so we don't drift too much farther, and then yeah, we'll do that. The 3 of us can go.
All right.
Okay, I'll do that. So simply
they're
Ned goes
not-
over.
They're not moving the same as we are, like mirroring. We're moving independently of each other, correct?
Yeah, but the ship looks very much like your Serenico.
Right.
Does it say Serenico on it?
Yep. In that weird script from another planet, just like yours does. Which you didn't really know what it said until the crew told you.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
So they're putting a longboat over the side, and they say, "We'll just meet in the middle there, then we don't have to yell so much. My throat's getting raspy,"
Yes.
says the judge. All right. Put a boat out. You all 3 of you going?
Yes.
Yeah. Or Gunner?
No.
On the ship, just for the benefit of aerial protection, so to speak.
Okay. So Ned and I are going.
Okay. Like the gunner on the other ship is like holding up the bow, like, this is cool, right? Yeah. It's like, how far have you hit somebody with that thing?
No, how far are you? I gotcha, didn't I?
80 feet? All right, so Ned and Frank drop down in the longboat and row out and meet Ned and Frank in the middle of between the two ships there. And they're like, we didn't bring any weapons or anything, and wearing armor on the ship is not smart, not super smart.
Ned doesn't feel the need to reveal that she's got daggers stuffed in various hidden pockets in her
It's fine.
clothing.
We will say Portside Paul is in the boat with them, and he seems to be the one doing all the talking.
Okay.
Portside Paul is on your ship. He's just another crew member. But on this ship, he seems to be doing all the talking right now. It's like, hi, I'm Portside Paul. This is Sickly Ned, and this is Frank.
But how could you be Sickly Ned? Because I'm Sickly Ned.
And I'm Frank.
That is most disconcerting. Do you have a Portside Paul on your ship?
We do.
Well, we do. And what? You have a voice like Edudex. Are you sure you're from this dimension?
Edudex? Edudex talks like this. It's just because he was yelling. Now he doesn't have to talk like that anymore. Now he can talk like the pirate that he really is, matey. Yarr. Oh, good. Now that we're close, we can talk. Let me clear my throat there.
Busted.
It's like, hey, where are you coming from?
Oh, I was just about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, we recently were just investigating a strange tower that rose out of the sea. And then we're off to Lowport to try to sell some booty we got.
Interesting. What kind of booty are you trying to sell?
Pirate booty. And he winks.
I agree. This is most unusual.
I agree. It is. Sorry. I agree. It is most unusual.
You are on your way to Lowport just now, coming from the tower?
That's right. We're going to Lowport right now. We saw that dark tower that kind of rose up. We got some word in one of the pangolins that there was like our treasure beyond our wildest dreams, and so we went, and there was another pirate crew there. We took them out. That place was weird. There was like a skeleton boat guy. Did you guys see that guy? Creeped me out.
Did we, Ned? I wasn't on that mission.
You absolutely did.
We did. I was just trying to decide whether we were going to say we had. That sounds vaguely familiar. It does sound a little familiar. Yeah. Did you find a crown?
I don't know. Did we?
Let's see how honest they're going to be with us.
Did you find a crown? Asked the judge, confused because of the COVID cloud.
The crown was the crown in the sarcophagus in the coffin.
Oh right, yeah.
I think Gunner grabbed it.
Yeah.
Well, Gunner carefully removed it from the hand.
Right, and then the head went thunk, and everyone was. Yeah. Oh yeah, from the sarcophagus we got 2 good-sized rubies that opened a portal, and what else was there? The crown, and did you get the pearls? the other pearls, not the black pearl. Did you get the black pearl? We got the black pearl. It's like this big.
Oh yeah.
It's like this big.
Really? Yeah. We. How come there be two though? My understanding is there's only one tower.
How did we both get the same stuff?
Did
That's
one
a-
of your crew act really suspicious in that candle room?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I think there's something wrong with that guy.
He definitely has a fascination with puzzles. We had to leave him. We wound up having to leave him there most of the time we were in there. because
We
he was
did
just-
too. We're talking about Cerebus's character, Jasmine.
Oh. Bus was shady?
He like snuffed out a candle, and then a name was erased from the book or lined out.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Said something about having a power of life and death in his hands. What? That goes against the pirate code, if you ask me.
Agreed.
So, are we? What? So,
Better.
any idea? What incarnation's going on here now? Because, I mean, I've seen a lot of the seas and this world, and many of people have passed my doorstep. But
Not better.
who are you?
I told you, I'm Portside Pete. This is Portside Paul. This is Sickly Ned, and this is Frank, and up there is Gunner,
All right.
and over there is Hogar and Fogar, and there's Deadly Donna and Tess, and he's just like rambles off a whole list of names that are people on your ship. That one we call a Fiddler, and there's old Doug, and that one we just call
Leaning
Kid.
into Ned. I don't think we have to worry about them being honest with us.
Swordly Sam, Handsome Hanson over there, Hook Hand Sam,
Yeah, this is too peculiar. I mean,
Too weird.
and Jay the Powder Monkey. You got one of them, Jay the Powder Monkeys? Then,
what about Donna and Tess?
yep, we got a Deadly Donna and a Tess. Mm-hmm, sure do. And a Piper. Oh, and Rum and Gun. You got Rum and Gun? There's something wrong with that guy, too. It's a little on the weird side. And a Stout Peter. Ha! Weirdest name pirate I ever met. Stout Peter.
I'm wondering if you know. Wow, I'm just floored. I'm just amazed. I'm really. I'm kind of wondering what's going on here.
The only difference is that we spent the night in port, and so we're one day out from the tower, right?
No, you just left the tower, and
Yeah,
you're,
we just
you're
left it.
on the way to Lowport, which
Oh,
which you
right.
know to be to the east.
Right.
And which is where, and are they headed? So which way are y'all headed right now? Are you headed to the east or the west?
We're going to Lowport over on yonder. He points to the west.
But that can't be right because it's to the east. Lowport's to the east.
No, what are you talking about? Look, you go to the Gap of Gales to the west there, so straight towards the setting sun, right? And then when you get there, after the gap, you take a hard left to get around the whirlpool, and then you keep going and you get to Lowport, and that's exactly how you do it, except you go to the east.
But he also just made reference to the setting sun in the west, and the
Right.
sun,
Mirror,
and
obviously.
our sun does which way does our sun set, in the east or the west?
No, it rises in the east, sets in the west, and so you would, aside from the setting sun, you would head towards the rising sun.
To the house of the rising sun. That better not be the friggin'
No, mirror. I'm sensing a mirror image thing going on.
mirror. Okay.
That's most curious. But he's like, he points to his Sickly Ned. Sickly Ned, what hand do you shoot with? What hand do you blow stuff up with?
My
Well-
left.
See? Left. What? Hey, Portside Paul! Pete! Portside Paul! What's his name? Gosh darn it. I should have just used Woj. Portside Paul. Hey, Portside Paul! Are you a lefty or a righty? And Portside Paul holds up his left hand and it's missing 3 fingers. He's like, Me too. That was a trick question.
I have a trick question that I don't know that they would know.
Yes.
What is my spouse's name?
Sickly Ned's spouse's name?
Well, the person that you're speaking to. What is my spouse's name? Tell me something that no one else would know.
Well, I know
Ned.
Sickly Ned knows that Sickly Ned almost died once, and it came real close, and then I blew something up. Do you remember that time that we stuffed the gunpowder in the hole in the finger of that huge statue? Saved everybody's lives, didn't Sickly Ned?
Why, yes, we did. And that was before I had met any of this crew. Okay, this is really getting scary. Ooh, I have the vapors.
You have the vapors. Sickly Ned has a spouse. I don't know what to do. Any ideas? Should we go back and talk to Gunnar and see what he thinks?
I am looking carefully at every inch of the ship, trying to note anything that looks different or unusual about it.
Oh, give me an intelligence check. Trained intelligence check. Yep, looks just like your ship. Totally.
Right.
All the way
Sickly-
down to the rusted nail.
All right, Sickly Ned is really conflicted because this is a moment where they can be outed. I mean, like, major outed. That nobody on the crew knows. And the only person who would know would be this other Sickly Ned. And so, is it the moment when Sickly Ned reveals her true origin and says, she pulls aside the Sickly, she kind of sets in Sickly Ned and says, I have to ask, because my crew doesn't know this. I don't know if yours does. But is your real name Mary?
Yes! But I have them called us they, or them.
And were you the alewife at the Busty Pangolin, where you worked
I
while
love
your
the
husband
Busty
Ned was at sea?
You did that too? That's amazing.
And then he came back and he received a conscript, but he had died from a terrible illness, and we needed the money so bad because we needed to keep the Busty Pangolin going. So I disguised myself as Ned and went to sea.
And nobody noticed?
Nobody noticed.
They just thought you were sickly. Hence.
Yes, that's what. Hence the reason why they always called my husband Sickly Ned, and I was able to disguise myself as Ned, and I've been selling the seas. And see, I was like me. Were you also brewing the beer, but also making the munitions for him to use out?
Well, of
I
course, you
refined that
can't trust those munitions from those traders and those merchants, because they never fired black powder in their lives. Oh, I miss him
At home,
too.
this is role play.
I miss him too.
Having a cathartic moment.
No, but we can't hear you. You guys are speaking as privately as possible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these longboats are like 12 feet long or so, and
Yep.
they kind of move off to one side. And port side Paul is talking about like, yeah, and then blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, I don't know if you've heard. Well, you have to. You're us. You must have heard about the curse on the Black Pearl, right? The curse of the Black Pearl is terrible. So many people have died from it. That's why it never left that tower for so long. But you know what? A good pirate crew can always get the job done. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Portside. Remind us what was that curse? Because there's so many we hear.
Oh, the curse is. Let me find that in the book. I knew I pulled the adventure out for a reason today. It just says that people who have the Black Pearl, the fabled Black Pearl, usually end up dead if they hold on to it, or they try to hold on to it for too long, because the wizard who owned that tower, Cesrican, always wants to get the Black Pearl back. And so, nothing but trouble follows that Black Pearl, they say.
Wow.
Who has the Black Pearl currently?
Gunnar, do you have the Black Pearl right now?
Oh, yeah. Here.
What was that? Yeah. Okay.
He
That's
did.
why
He
I
said
say
he
you.
did.
It's like wearing it like a necklace. Like, you mean this?
You produce this big old thing. I know I have at least an emerald on me.
Emeralds and pearls, or rubies?
Emeralds
Rubies?
and pearls and rubies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Woj actually had it, but
Well, we'll say Woj. When Woj is sleeping, he wants someone to keep an eye on it at all times, so he gives it to Gunnar.
Yeah, on the ship. Yeah. All right. Frank.
Hmm.
This seems legit. What do you think? What do you think we should do?
I honestly have no idea. We're headed to the same port, but they think it's in the opposite direction of where we were going.
Yeah, they say they're gonna sell the Black Pearl because they don't want to hang on to it too long. They're gonna sell it to the weird mage up on the cliff outside of Lowport.
Hey, knock it off.
Weird mage up on the
So-
cliff outside of Lowport. That's why they're heading to Lowport.
Got it. So
Do we
the
know
question-
about this weird mage?
There is a
And-
tower on a cliff not far from Lowport that is rumored to be the home of a mage. Like everything they're telling you, like you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, heard of that. I don't know.
how's it going?
We should go back and talk to talk to our crew and see if anybody like maybe has any ideas. Do you want a hug? I told them that you
I do want a hug.
Hello.
Aw, I hugged you too, Chris. You and your COVID. That's the safest hug.
Safest hug ever. Here, everybody.
The COVID hug. is
Everybody
what
give
that
yourself
was.
a hug.
Good night,
COVID
sweetie.
hug. Okay.
I thought she was talking to Frank Sickly Ned. I'm like, yes, Sickly Ned needs a hug.
Sickly Ned probably does. Sickly Ned just had a huge moment.
You need like a pat. Like we can talk later. You seem upset.
Yeah,
I
it's
think cathartic moment.
still another day to Lowport, so you got all the time at sea.
Sickly Ned's got to try to pull it together before she gets back on the ship up so that the rest of the crew doesn't see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a very barkeep manly thing to do, having a meltdown.
Yeah. She's got like these little tracks of tears that have run through the kind of gunpowder that's just sort of embedded in her pores from all the time at sea and blowing things up to try to deal with her rage, the loss of her husband, simply because he wouldn't eat the friggin' oranges. She told him vitamin C oranges present all the other illnesses. But no,
Stubborn
the
old
little bear-
goats.
Leafy green vegetables.
Agreed.
Stubborn old goat.
Drink the beer, not the water. Drink the beer, not the water. Beer is safer than water.
Mhm. Citrus keeps the scurvy away.
Yep. So let's so we're going to
Nothing personal. We just want to chat with our crew and
mhm.
see if anybody has any ideas.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll go back to our crew and talk to them too.
And do you have any ideas on what's going on? This is so bizarre.
I mean, I am not. If I was super smart, they wouldn't call me just portside. They'd call me broadside. I like that. Broadside Paul. But I'll go and talk to my crew, and we'll see if we can come up with something on what's going on here exactly. And then if somebody comes up with an idea, wave a flag or shout over, and we'll get back together and we'll have some more conversating, some more parlaying.
All right.
All right, they're both they start paddling off back to their ship. Paddle off to your ship.
So as
So
I
we
see
get-
you back, I'll climb down.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah.
So we get on. We tell you, we tell you what happened.
It's like an exact copy of you guys.
He's pretty quiet over here.
Who? Oh no, he talks tons. You just learn to ignore him.
Oh,
You stay on the starboard side.
I ignored
Tuned him
him.
out.
I didn't realize he talks.
That's why you like the crow nest so much.
Yes, get away from him.
Saw him coming up once, but I threatened to shoot him with the bow.
And that's why he doesn't talk to you.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling good about this. It's weird that Portside Paul is in charge of that ship.
That is weird.
Yeah,
Kind of
that whole experience made me feel a little sickly, more so than typical.
I mean, it could have been Woj. It just happened I didn't think to use Woj. That would be really strange too, to have Woj in charge of a ship, having seen Woj in action. Bash the player character that's not here. So, what do you think, crew?
I kind of want to see what happens if we all go to Lowport. If they'll get there, if we'll like run into them, if they go east and we go west,
Or vice versa.
or yeah.
Well, agreed. I mean, if we try to continue east, which is where we were headed, right? Are they going to go west, or are they going to follow us?
No, they said Lowport is to the west. That's what they believe. The setting sun leads you to Lowport.
No Lowport east, so I mean we could just take off.
Right, you have maps that show, maps and charts.
Or do we wait a little bit? Because what time of day is it right now?
It's like, well, let's see. You came out of that tower. It was night when you went to the tower, right? Because you waited, and so you came out at night. It's probably like midday or mid morning.
So
Well,
right
and
now, the
they
sun's
were-
directly over us.
It's getting there.
They were traveling at us and said they were coming from the tower that we just left.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? That's why I was saying the mirror images, but then they're not mirror images of us. They would have left-handed fighters where we have right-handed fighters and so forth.
Well, and I was thinking it was mirror image of east, west, but it could very be north and south. So east and that's the part where Cerebus would love to be here, because he would be like, "Oh, it's a puzzle. I'm gonna figure it out. Leave me here for half an hour, and I'll figure it out on my own." That's just going.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I live with the guy. I know exactly what you're talking about.
There you go. See, we're all pals. We're all crew here.
I'm trying to picture it in my head. Like, you're right. If we have east and west reversed, then the meridian would be north and south.
Right.
You know, traced a drawing, we'd be.
Wood block print or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks for that follow, Fate Academia. Did I get that right? I think I got it right. Fate Academia. Academia? Oh, I don't know. Much appreciated. Trying to get to 100. Trying to get to 100 before the end of the year. I don't know if we're going to do it. But with COVID having knocked me down for a month. No. 2 weeks. Whatever. It felt like a month. Man, all I did is sleep most of it. All right. What have we come up with? Anything?
Not a thing. Well, the potential to, like, all of us go our separate ways and see if we run into each other in town.
Oh, all right. You yell that over. You get back together, you meet with their representatives, and they say, that's a really good idea. We definitely think that is the way to proceed. So we will go where we believe Lowport to be, and you go to where you believe Lowport to be, and we'll see you there. Or not.
Or maybe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
If we see you, we'll have a beer together. If not, we'll go about our separate ways.
We'll totally freak out some Lowport losers, won't we? Like,
well,
everybody's seeing double. Oh man, think of the heist we could pull.
Oh, yes.
we'll meet you at the lowly pangolin.
In Lowport, it's the shadowy pangolin.
Oh, it's the shadowy, not the lowly.
It's not the lowly. I had thought about the low pangolin, but I had already had a crusty, and you have a busty, and there was a dusty, so I had to get away from that naming. So I went with shadowy today. The shadowy pangolin. For those that are new to the stream, the pangolin is a franchise system of inns that have exactly the same layout and offerings, and then all have the same name, the blank pangolin, and the person that runs the pangolin in each town, called the pangolino, gets to choose an adjective to name theirs. For consistency, Rayboldo, the original pangolino, has this big system where there's no stables, because they feel that small business should generate other small business, so it's just inn, tavern. Every pangolino brews or ferments or distills something, and all the food is very similar in price based on local market prices and things like that. So
It's Applebee's of the fantasy world.
hey, higher quality. Higher quality. No pink fruity drinks in these pangolinos. All right. So their ship prepares and gets underway, and your ship prepares and gets underway. And Gunnar, you gonna stay in the crow's nest on watch?
Yes.
All right.
We will return to the crow's nest just to stay away from Pete.
Paul.
Well,
Yeah. Portside Paul runs his mouth like a motorboat.
I'm just gonna mop that thing over there. I'm going up in the thing.
All right. And like you look back and you see the Serenico going off to the west as you're going off to the east, and eventually you see just the sails of the ship, and you're still going, and then they disappear over the horizon, and you have an uneventful trip to Lowport. You get to the, what the heck did I name it? You get to the Gape of Gales, which are these standing stones that you have to go through because the winds swirl around outside, and ships often wreck because the winds are hard to control. And then you have to go around the whirlpool of forever thing. And eventually you get to Lowport. Oh, I have to take myself to Lowport too, not just the players. All right, Lowport. Show everybody the map here. Accidentally hit a button. And the third ward, and then Shantytown, which is the really poor folks. Can't even afford actual homes and whatnot. So, let's pull the Serenico up to a dock and tie off. And you do not see the other Serenico when you arrive there. Other ships are coming and going. The town is going about its thing. About its business.
I mean, we could give them a little time. Maybe they ran into something we didn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We can go find lodging, or do we generally stay on the boat?
Well, we want to sell off some of this pirate booty,
right?
Before
yes.
we.
Yes.
Yeah.
The smart
We
place.
should probably do that first.
Smart
Sorry.
place to do that is the Citadel. It's an old fortress that the town was kind of centered on back in the day, and it's the safest place. They consider it neutral ground in Lowport, and so it's safe for everyone to do business and show wares and whatnot. And there's the code of Lowport is that doing business in the Citadel means that the information about your business dealings is then kept private to the information is kept in the Citadel, basically, so that you don't get killed on the way back to your ship with bags of coin or whatnot.
What happens in the Citadel stays in the Citadel.
Yeah, sorta. Everybody knows what goes on in the Citadel anyway, so. But that's the big market to buy and sell for the most part. There are other vendors in the other districts and stuff, but for big time loot drops and transactions and things, it's safest to do it in the Citadel.
Got it.
All right, then. Let's go do that.
Go to the Citadel.
Bootay, Lich, what's up? Come get that pirate bootay. You missed it. They were just faced off against a crew that looked just like them on a ship that looked just like them. It was so weird. And so they had decided that they were going to go to Lowport because that's where the other get that bootay. The other Serenico was going. Mirror booty. Ah, there you go. Mirror booty.
Your booty.
Jabute. All right. So you said you're going to head over to the Citadel?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You walk up to the Citadel. This place was bombed to the ground practically, and has been repaired several times. The story of Lowport is that a very powerful pirate who had a small fleet was angered by the Lord. Lowport used to have a different name, and he was angered by the Lord, and so they decided that they were going to utterly destroy the city. And so they brought their ships down the river instead of down the coast, because you can see the bridges there kind of protect the upper part. But they had found another way into the river complex, and they just devastated the town and laid it to ground. so that nothing was left, and then they took over. So the Citadel has seen better days. It's almost as much ruin as it is anything else. It's just a landmark, basically. You go in there and, there's brisk business. A couple other crews of pirates are in there talking with fences. And basically, the way that it works is not everything can always be bought and paid for on the spot, because who carries around hundreds of coins of gold or whatever. And so there's a system in place, not so much a bank, but like almost like a pawn shop, where you put your wares up and the sellers will go and do their best to get the best price. They'll give you a price range, they take a percentage, and then you don't have to soil your hands with the business of doing business. You can go back out to the plundering.
It's a consignment shop.
Yeah, kind of like a consignment. Booty consignment is us. Consign your booty to the Citadel. Your booty is safe with us. Yes, the Citadel consignment shop. So,
Okay.
What do you, the crew of the Serenico, have to sell? Here, I'm gonna put on some airs. I'm gonna be your broker. I'm gonna be your consignment broker. There we go, jolly good. Welcome to the Citadel Consignment, where all your booty belong to us. Technically, it belongs to you, and we just sell it for you and take a percentage. What is it that you have to sell today?
Maybe you should have discussed this before we came in here.
Well, if you need a moment, you can please partake in some drink that we always have. Good customers are hard to find, and so we like to make sure that we make everybody as comfortable as possible here in the Citadel.
You look like Mr. Peanut.
Hey, don't ever eat a hairy peanut.
5-second
Any
rule.
jokes? Brain is exploding.
We have a fat stack of short swords.
Yes.
That is true. You do have a short stack of short swords, as it were.
Yes.
I'm gonna make myself
They are not pancakes, they are short swords.
Indeed.
These two would know much more about our loot than I do.
Yeah,
Since
yeah.
I was on duty that day.
Yep. We have that. We have the black pearl.
Were we selling that? I wasn't sure.
Uh,
Oh, this is the place to sell that.
I think we need to get this out of our. I will say, Sicklinette is a bit superstitious, so she's thinking we need to get rid of that black pearl as quickly as we can. But let's.
Pull aside Mr. Peanut here and say, so tell me, Mr. Peanut, if one had a sizable pearl of an off color, would this be the place to part with such an item, or would there be a better place?
Is it a rainbow pearl? I've been searching for a rainbow pearl for quite some time.
Let's consider the color to be in the darker spectrum.
Oh, those are rare indeed, and costly. We could certainly come to some arrangement. We know that things like that are hard to sell, but we do definitely work with the mage on the cliff, and he is always in search of things for magical rituals and whatnot. We don't ask too much about his business, for we fear that he might rain wrath down upon Lowport. He tolerates us as a way to obtain things that he needs at times. So we give him a wide berth, as it were.
Do you think it would be best if we presented such an item to him directly?
He like looks a little sweaty, takes the hat off and like pets it. He's like, well, I mean, if you wanted to deal with him on your own, you are welcome to do so. But my bosses get really mad if I lose a commission, so I'm not going to say yes. But I do believe that we can get you an excellent price at our standard commission rate. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, that was the wrong one.
I'll look at the others. I will turn around. I'll pull out one of the biggest emeralds he's ever seen.
Yeah.
I will suggest to him that for the proper advice, I will give him an extra 3% on his commission.
He says, "Oh my, those gems." All right, I got to find that room from the tower. Hall of Mystery, ceremonial chamber.
Because
here it is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I have an emerald, a ruby, and a pearl, and then there's matching. Someone else has those, so we'll just assume for now that Gunnar has those as well.
Yeah,
because he's watching it for the rest. Yeah, so I know I definitely had an emerald, and then the ruby and pearl. So we had 2 sets of that. There's the crown, which Gunnar has, and then I have a small gold ring in a pouch.
Right, golden crown, the rubies. Okay, so there's and then you have like a dozen short swords. So there's the crown.
Yeah.
There's the emeralds.
2 of those.
There's
2 rubies, 2 pearls.
Right, the pearls. I have the pearls right here. Basil Gilder? Why, thank you for following, Basil.
Basil.
72, we're getting so close to that mark that I want to hit by the end of the year. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated. Pearls. All right, I got the pearls price right there. And then the rubies. All right, the rubies were in the tomb. It's funny. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, the rubies. Ooh. All right. So you showed him one of the emeralds, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and his eyes lit up like, ooh. He's like, And you're going to give him an extra 3%, you said?
An extra 3% for good advice on the darker the item.
All right, so they would normally charge that plus 3%, which would be 2.
I'm hearing the wrong noise. I should be hearing an abacus.
Clack, 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 clack. Yeah, he says, he believes that he can get you 50 gold after fees for that emerald.
Wow, just the emerald?
Just one emerald.
One emerald.
50 gold is like 5,000 times what you made in a year up till now.
Right.
You're just
okay. Okay, 50 gold. Okay.
All right, and he starts, like, he's inspecting the short swords. Did you have anything else you were going to throw in the pile there?
Ruby.
We have daggers too. We got a pile of daggers.
Okay. I'll just say 12 daggers, same as...
Yeah, you have the crossbow, right?
Yes, I'm keeping the crossbow.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many daggers we had. I have at least one that I'm at least one, if not 2, that I'd like to keep. And we also need to make sure that we give. We gotta make sure Frank has some weapons too.
Frank has weapons.
Okay.
Frank's had weapons all along.
Cool.
I don't.
Weapons, yeah.
I don't, display them, but I always have them.
Good.
So we'll say the crew kept anything else aside from 12 short swords and 12 daggers. Everything else got distributed and whatever, and this is like left over to divvy up from recent adventures and such.
Right.
I will fence the three large jewels that I have: the ruby, the emerald, and the big pearl.
Okay. The ruby, the emerald, and the pearl.
I don't know if Ned, you're going to do the same, but
Yeah. So basically, we should be selling 2 emeralds, 2 rubies, 2 pearls.
Okay.
You guys aren't talking about the black pearls. They're just regular.
No, not
Black.
just regular pearls.
Yeah, these were sets that were eyes in dragon head stonework that opened portals in this tower. And
Got
so there's 2 of each emeralds, rubies, and pearls. Oh
2 rubies,
my.
2 emeralds, 2 pearls, a crown, and then with according to my notes, we have about 29 gold in just red ball jewelry and.
Oh yeah,
other
you
gold.
guys found a bunch of jewelry and stuff. You said 29 gold?
Yeah, random. Yeah, I do have something that's not part of that jewelry though.
Yeah, you get that ring.
So I have and because I didn't know if there was something special about it, but I have 1 small golden ring in a small pouch. So-
It was just a gold ring, right?
Yeah. So I'll sell that too. We didn't give me a value for that when we were playing. Sounds like Narnia.
Did you take a good look at it first?
Yeah, I'm gonna take another look at it. I'm gonna inspect it.
I don't recall where that ring is. Where did you find that ring? Do you remember? I'm just gonna make up the price.
I don't recall. It was definitely later, much later on, and it was probably after the sarcophagus.
Yeah, it's fine. I got a price in it here.
Or
Okay.
it could have been off of somebody we killed before we crossed that bridge, though. But I definitely, because Gunnar, you remember this, right? Because I put it in my inventory.
Yeah, I have a note when you found it because we got
Okay.
a Trotro dagger and a gold ring.
Yeah,
I think that was the same time we got the crossbow too.
yeah. So it's probably those 3 guys that
The
were.
guys in the fountain room.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool.
So
We'll
you're
sell
like
that.
dropping all these huge gems on his desk, and he calls over. They have like guards and stuff, and he's like, "We're gonna need a cart to take this down to the catacombs and store it safely. Can you arrange that? Thank you." Yes. Very well. All right. Excellent. He's clickety clacketing on his counting device. Click, click, clack, clack. 12 of these and all of these. Click, 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 click. At the crown. He like bites the crown and looks. He's like, He's holding the jewels up to the light and stuff. Da, da, da. And he says, "Oh my!" He's like, "You have definitely made my day, and my boss will surely not miss any off-colored pearls. I believe that we can." And he like slides over some things, some beads on his counting device, and he says, "I believe we can give you 450 gold pieces, standard imperial issue gold pieces. We happen to have recently attained." A cargo hold's worth of imperial coin, if you know what I mean. He means somebody stole it and sold it to him. Oh, I was twirling the mustache and it's not even on. Oh my. Indeed, absolutely. Click, 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 click. 400. So he says that he knows what he can sell it for. He's taken out their fees. He says 450 gold for 2 emeralds, 2 pearls, 2 rubies, the crown, the ring, and the short swords and daggers.
I'm satisfied with that. Ned, that's more money than I've ever seen or heard of in my life.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's like 45,000 copper pieces, which is more than any rutabaga farmer would make in their entire lifetime. As a matter of fact, their whole family tree probably never made 45,000 copper pieces.
Oh, let's check to see if there's any gear that we should buy from him while we're here.
We generally only deal with what he's going to do is probably just take the swords and daggers, and they'll sell them through one of their market stalls or something in town. People are always looking for blades, you know.
Yeah.
So, but they mostly deal in the precious goods that are difficult here at the consignment citadel. We mostly deal in things that are hard to sell elsewhere. If perhaps you would require some equipment, we do have stalls in Bridgeway, Dockside, Newtown, and Old Town. Not in the Third Ward. It's too small and it's really damp. The ground there is really low to the river. So we try to keep our feet dry here at the consignment citadel. But we do have shops in most of the other regions of Lowport, if you are looking for equipment. What I can do is simply give you a credit voucher for the 450 gold pieces, and as you shop at our stalls, they can just mark it off, and then when you're ready to cash in the rest or whatever, however you like it, we can haul it out to your ship for you, under guard, of course.
I don't see how we're going to carry 450 gold, whatever, pieces.
Why don't you write out 3 slips for 150, please?
Yeah, they're like, each coin is like, oh my gosh, yeah, like that big, just...
Yeah, we're not hauling that much coin around. That would make us huge targets and very slow and awkward. So yes.
Yeah, and you would really sound like this every time you took a step.
Cool. So you'll just give us, so go ahead and write us up 3 vouchers.
Sure. There's other crew that you would have to split some of this with, but we'll just say that it came out of some other nebulous amount of coin that you had, whatever. So yeah, so you each get a voucher for 150 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he looks like super pleased. He's like, "Oh my, I am so glad that I was working today when you arrived. You have made my 10 day. I might even go imbibe a little for lunch today." Ho 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 ho.
Okay. Well then, Ned, did you keep that spyglass we were?
Yes, we're keeping the spyglass.
Yeah, you've got spyglass and stuff. You stole it off of, because you didn't take out another crew, so you got some sundry goods.
Yeah, we're keeping that spyglass, that's for sure.
Cool. No, that's a good thing. I just was curious.
You can You can all give me. We'll just say there's some. There's like stuff that was left over from the taking out that other crew. So why don't you all give me I gotta find the table. Each of you give me 2 D30 rolls. And I'll just give you some random equipment off these tables. 2 D30s. There's a macro for the D30. Yep. Look at Jim. A 1 and a 29.
How does that happen?
Alright. 29 was Thieves' Tools, Jim.
Okay.
And then
It didn't work.
the slash before the R. You can just
Yeah.
if you go up to collection, the 3 lines with dots over by the cog in roll 20, and you'll see like macros that I made.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
Gonna get a bunch of notifications down here. The other thing that you got, Jim, is an athame, which is a ceremonial blade. Black handle with like a symbol in it. Short blade. It's not worth a lot of money, but it's handy to have because it's easy to conceal and stuff like that. And then let's see. Let me find the other. Bloop. All right, and then a 14, Debbie, is flint and steel. If you have flint and steel already, then we'll roll again. Oh, you found a brooch pin. Not super fancy. There's just something about it that Sickly Ned liked, and so held on to this brooch pin. If you've got flint and steel, you can roll again.
Actually, I don't have flint and steel. It's something I would have bought, but.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, now you've got some just lying around.
Yeah. That's been something that. Yeah, got it.
Frank got a crowbar.
Okay.
You can always use a crowbar. And
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And 29. We already got one of those. A stiletto.
Okay.
That was among the other stuff. I'm just gonna roll a couple more things here.
Yeah, because flint and steel is something that I think Sickly Ned probably would always have, along with the.
Sickly Ned probably has wooden matches.
You think? Okay.
Because you're not gonna try to flint and steel a wick for a bomb or something.
Oh, that's true.
You're gonna have wooden matches or something like that.
That makes sense, totally.
All right. Rope. There's always rope on the ship. There's a holy symbol and better equipment tables. I'm gonna start writing up random equipment tables. There's a holy symbol, some holy water, a vial of holy water, and a lantern. Just random gear, some stuff. So, all right. So you're in Lowport. You've got credit vouchers from the consignment citadel.
Do the inns and ale houses take those vouchers?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
Anybody in town, pretty much.
it's surprising that the pirate town has a form of paper money, basically. But that's what it is. It's basically just a sheet, and they just what it is it's got like a little table on it, and so it tells you your total at the top, and then you write in whose name, like who you're going to give money to and how much on it, basically. Okay. And then when you're ready to leave Lowport, you hand it in to the Citadel, and they disperse all the payments and then give you whatever's left over. Very, very useful system they've developed here on the fly.
It seems very safe as far as, this is a shifty town.
Right. This was the best way. They're like, we want people to come. The Citadel was specifically like, we want people to come to Lowport and do business with us. We have to figure out a way to keep them from getting mugged and killed so that they come to town to do business with us. And this was it. Because the sheets have your name on them.
And I'm sure some kind of stamp or signature from the vendor. From the
Citadel. As a matter of fact, it's the paper. The paper itself is really odd. None of you have ever seen paper like this before, and so that's how they prevent counterfeiting of the tallying pages. Basically, they call them.
And then we still have, we did have some rope, and we have.
There's always rope on a ship. Rope and
we had
hooks and all kinds of stuff.
And grappling hook. That's what we used to go up the tower. Okay.
Yeah, you don't ever need to buy stuff like that because you're on a ship. The ship always comes with a big pile of gear, right? Mm-hmm. So, all right. Let's see. It is an hour. We're just over an hour in. Let's take a bio break. Yeah, like a 5 minute.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and we'll see what else the crew of the Serenico gets up to in Lowport. We shall be back in 5 minutes, friends. Go check out some other people's streams, but then come back. Because it's about to get interesting. All right.
We're setting ourselves loose on the town, right?
Yeah, basically. Gonna go find a pangolino. All right, back in 5.
Back to pirates.
1. Pirates! We are pirates. Flip to the wrong thing there for a second, but we are back. Hi, everybody. I had to cut off a conversation. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. You are all newly riche. Y'all got
Nouveau riche.
150 gold pieces each to blow in Lowport.
We were gonna go find a pangolin, right?
There is
Go around my
pang-
neck.
What's that?
I'm gonna buy a big sundial to hang around my neck. Yeah, boy.
All right. You got to get some like sunglasses, some
Right.
bedazzled sunglasses and bright clothing too. Then. All right. So Lowport, there is a pangolin. There is the shadowy pangolin, and it is in Dockside because that's where most people come into town is. All right.
Bruce, where is the Mage's Tower on this map?
It's not on the map. The cliff that they keep talking about is off to it would be the right side of the map. The land kind of starts rising. You see that little farming area with the hill there. There's some low hills, and then to the northeast, along the coast, there's it's like a rocky coast, and there's a cliff over there that has a tower. It's a couple miles away. It's a little bit of a walk, but not like not a real troublesome one.
I don't want to be spending a whole lot of time in town with this.
Oh, he makes a good point.
Oh, with the because you have the pearl.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm all good if we want to have some lunch real quick, but I do not want to go this off or spend a whole lot of time here.
The word cursed comes to mind.
Yes.
Do you want company while you go take care of this, or do you? Yeah, I don't think you should go alone. I'm not real.
I want to go along. We should all go. But if we want to, get something to eat real quick and secure some lodging and then head up there, I'm good with that.
Okay, we can not dally yet. We can get a quick meal and, like you said, secure some lodging, and then come back and partay or what have you.
All right. So you're gonna head to the pangolin,
Yes.
and then you're going to head for the wizard's tower, basically.
Yeah.
All right. The pangolin. I will show you the map. Really, this was just a way for me to only need one map for a tavern ever.
I feel like I've been here before.
You should feel like you've been here before. That's the whole point of the pangolin. Look. I like to promote the people whose work
Product
we use.
placement, is that what that's called?
If we show it, according to the agreement, we should have that statement up. But because I just threw it into Roll20 today, I didn't have time to make the statement, so I thought I would do a customer testimonial version instead.
Excellent.
we have a deal with them where we'll probably use their stuff in some published adventures and things like that for Two Old Guys Games. 2oggames.com, everybody. That's
So
product
the door.
placement.
What was that web address again?
2oggames.com/shop, where you can find great adventures like some of the stuff we played here and things that we're playing on Swashbucklers every other Thursday on Goodman Games Official. We will pick that back up in January. We're taking a little break, doing a little retooling, clearing my COVID cloud, things like that. So, all right. Welcome to the Shadowy Pangolin. The door is... Yeah, like right where Sickly Ned is there. Oh, look, there's Woj and Stout Peter, who happen to be just... Your crew is rumbling around town. So, Portside Paul is even in there.
So let's go in,
Yeah.
shall we?
You pop in, and it looks exactly, very much like every other pangolin that you have seen. The bar is in the same place. The top left corner is kind of a walled storage area. That's where they're doing their fermenting or their distilling. You know that if you go up those stairs in the lower right corner, it'll take you to a second floor that has 6 modestly appointed rooms.
I like this table over here
All right.
because there's nobody at it.
Yeah, the place is hopping right now. There's a couple, like I said, there's a couple other crews in town. So everyone's starting to mingle and tell some stories. Sailors, they talk. We're get a little drink in us and we're going to start telling some fish tales or some undead tales or some lobster tales. Lobster. Let's get us some lobster tales.
All right.
Okay, so you pop on in and sit down, and this is a rather busy pangolin, and so there are servers who are moving from table to table, taking orders, cleaning things up, stuff like that. The lower business, the lower volume pangolins are usually just the pangolino or the pangolino and their family or whatever. But this one has actual employees bopping around, picking stuff up, dropping stuff off at tables, things like that. So it's just a matter of waving somebody down.
My friend, wow, they seem like they could use a few extra light fixtures in here. It's a little shadowy compared to the other ones.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That happened.
No, you're not.
The sign was like a silhouette of a pangolin, with just the idea of their scales and stuff on its back, and it had a dagger in its hand. The shadowy pangolin.
So yeah, I'm waving down a server and ordering whatever special of the day is, and
Got a good hearty stew.
perfect.
They
Some
say it's
fresh bread.
Yes, yep. We make our bread daily. We get our bread daily from the bakery. It's part of the small business ecosystem.
Got it.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'll order the stew.
All right.
And I will let her know that we are in the market for a couple of rooms.
Meals and a room for the night. Gonna cost you, we'll say, not super crazy expensive, because it's a pangolin. Let's say 2 silver.
Okay.
2 silver seems reasonable.
Nope.
$20,
that-
give or take, I guess.
Each or for all the meals and all the rooms? Or run?
Room and board for 1 day for 1 person, 2 silver.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's so small, I think you have it just lying about in coin and whatnot. Frank's would probably have more coin than is on the character sheet right now. just from some past adventures. So
Yeah.
I will say,
I mean, I had literally nothing when they found me in the town.
yeah, your character sheet has like 38 copper, I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll give you a little more here, just from everyone gets a share of what the crew finds, basically. So
Sure. I mean, I'm freaking rich right now, so.
right, but you have like spending money is basically what
Yeah.
it boils down to. Is like 4 silver and 8 other. We'll just say 8 gold, 4 silver, 38 copper from various other adventures, like in your pouch,
Okay.
not including the
Voucher.
the voucher that you have right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you see the Pangolino at the bar. Didn't really have the Pangolino laid out here. Let's see. Gonna look like yes. Is this one? Yes. Hello. Hello. I am the Pangolino. Yes. Notice behind me is my pangolino, my pangolin, the shadowy pangolin. I like the mystery in the name, and so I have called it the shadowy pangolin. It really plays well with the audience you find here in Lowport. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So yeah.
All right.
Some sort of turtle, old turtle, which are humanoid turtles.
Keeping an eye on the other customers in case that other weird ship's crew comes in. Otherwise, so far, quiet.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a couple other crews in town right now. But the other Serenico did not show up, has not shown up. So no sign of them. And you always have watch on the ship. So even though you're in port, 1/3 of the crew is always on the ship at all times. So while you have some of your crew here, you know that there's people keeping watch on the ship as well. Like, I think Swordly Sam and maybe even One Hand Sam look like they're both on there. There's Hook Hand Sam. There's a lot of Sams. It's hard to name like 50 characters. All right, yeah. So you get the stew. The beef stew is delicious. Carrots and potatoes and beef, some onions and rutabagas, because it's DCC. There's rutabaga farmers everywhere, and some turnips, because there's turnip farmers.
Sounds good.
Food is good. Here they make a thing called slivotso. It's like an apple brandy. That's the Pangolino's thing here, slivotso.
All right. I just want mead right now. I just ordered mead.
Yep. All right.
I wish I'd remembered.
Portside Paul shows up and he's like, "Hey everybody, how's it going? Oh man, wasn't that weird that I was the leader of the other Serenico? I mean, I know that I have leadership ability, and clearly everybody saw it on display today, don't you think?" And he starts trying to sit down at your table with you.
No.
Yeah.
Paul, see this table?
Yeah.
This table
Gunner?
is like the crow's nest.
Oh, but you never let
Table
me
is
up
like
in.
the crow's nest, Paul.
You never let me up in the crow's nest, Gunner.
Hey, look at that.
Huh?
So anyway,
He turns in and he's like, "Hey, Fiddler!" And he starts talking to Fiddler, and Fiddler's like, "Oh, God, Gunner, Gunner!"
I would be interested in finding out why or how he came to be the captain of that ship, or at least the mouthpiece.
I mean, if you ask Portside Paul, he's going to say, because he's a natural-born leader.
I didn't mean to ask him.
You can see it, right? You can see it. Look at.
Maybe some of the. Oh my god. If we run into that crew again, we should ask some of the others.
All right.
Somebody not him.
As you're sitting there having your meal, the door.
So nice to not have saltfish anymore.
The door bangs open, and a rough and tumble. I'm gonna make it this guy. A rough and tumble, sort of really big dude comes in and just starts looking around. And then his eyes stop and rest on you.
On our table?
On the three of you, yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks. And he smashes the door open, and he's like, "Here!" And some other people walk in of a rough and tumble nature.
I'm gonna subtly reach down towards my belt and make sure I have a dagger handy.
It's gonna be this guy.
Actually, it's not a dagger. It's a boline.
So there's two of these guys and this guy. And these two, the other ones standing behind them, but those two are like eyeing you up, and it looks like there's some sort of confused rage on their faces. Like they look mad at you, but they don't know why they're mad at you. And the four of them walk up to this table and just kind of glare at Powder Monkey, and Powder Monkey goes running out the door. Maybe a trickle of liquid following him.
From his mouth or from his pants?
From his pants.
They scared the pee out of him, is what you're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm saying, yeah. Scared to pee right out of poor Powder Monkey.
Poor Powder Monkey.
They sit with those two big, meaner-looking dudes, like sort of facing you at that table, and they're just glaring at you.
I am just gonna continue eating.
Okay.
In whatever conversation we're having.
I'm gonna try and maybe pick up the pace on the eating a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Move up so we can get the hell out of here.
All right. So you're eating, and they seem to be getting more angry over time.
I'm gonna flag the waitress over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask her if she knows those guys, or if she's seen them in here before.
She's like, I see lots of those types all the time. This is Lowport. I think I've seen you before. You know the kind of people that Lowport attracts, right?
I will tell her that I would like to buy them a round of drinks. However, I don't necessarily want them to know it's from us. I don't want to draw attention to us, but I want them to be like, "Oh wow, look at this! Cool, free drinks."
Her face falls, and she's like, "Very well. The customer's always right. I will, within reason, I will take them drinks.
I will give her a little extra tip
Okay.
for that.
She makes like a really long way around to the, checks on a couple other tables, goes to the bar, gets a bunch of drinks, and then like sets them on the kind of on the corner of the bar nearby, and then like slowly moves them to the table. Well, welcome. You hear her say, "Welcome to the Shadowy Pangolino, gentlemen." Like with a question mark at the end. Here is a round of drinks. Would you like some food? And you hear the really big one, not the one in the blue circle, the other one, say, "Oh man, just falling apart over here." All right, okay. And they like wave her away, like get over here, growl at her. And the drinks just sit on the table as their eyes are trying to like bore holes into your heads.
We need to get out of here, you guys. The last thing we need to do is make a scene in the penguin.
Yeah, because we're trying to sleep here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm worried about, we got these vouchers on us that we need to keep secure, and
Exactly. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to kill anybody today.
I don't want to kill anybody today.
Is that my quote of the day?
Yeah. I don't want to kill anyone today.
Well,
we just got rich.
Notice I said today.
Right.
Ask me again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Would I know if there is any kind of exit from the second floor available?
There is not an exit. There are windows in the rooms, but they're fairly small things to keep people from coming in and killing you in your sleep at night. So,
Or for ducking out on their bill.
that too. Ray Baldo, the guy that franchises out the Pangolinos, is a pretty smart dude. I do say so myself. All right. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Finish it up and
Finish it
Like-
up. Yeah.
leave.
And Ned's kind of like, I just wanted to make sure I have a little food in my belly and a little beer. I mean, I'm not, if I have to kill somebody today, it's all in a day's business, but I'd rather just leave a little satiated.
I think if we're going to start something, we better be outside.
Yes.
That's a good point too.
All right. So you finish up, you pay your bill, or you make arrangements for it, and you stand up and leave?
Yeah.
Basically.
All right. You stand up and leave, and you're making your way up toward the Wizard's Tower now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. All right. So I got you here on this other map now, which is really just a blank square. And you're walking along, you're like keeping an eye over your back, or
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
give me an trained intelligence check, somebody. Whoever's doing the watching. Oh yeah. You see them dudes, them rough and tumble sorts following after you there. Like they don't seem to be in a hurry to get to you. They're just kind of following right now.
Are there any? I mean, is this just like open space that we're walking in?
Yeah, you're like you just left dockside. Excuse me. You just left a dockside, and you're walking up towards those bridges.
Mm-hmm.
And you, because you know that you walk over the bridges between the Citadel and Northtown, and then there's like a trail that'll take you up those cliffs to where the Wizard's Tower is supposed to be.
There's like no trees in Kentucky.
Not at the moment. No, you're in this like open area at present.
What do you guys want to do? You want to confront these guys or just keep going? I don't necessarily want them to follow us in the mage's house.
That's a good point. Well,
I could drop a lightning bolt right in the middle of the four of them,
I
and
don't know if we necessarily need to do that, but maybe we can maybe we can like speed it up just a little bit, go around a corner and duck into some woods or something, kind of see what happens.
You're like just walking through that open area from dockside, getting to the bridges, to the two bridges that
right.
cross it.
Okay.
There's like an island in the middle of the river, that where the two bridges kind of meet. I kind of drew I drew it on the wrong layer. Of course I did. That's all right. I'll just do this. In the lower... there you go.
No.
Down in the lower right corner there is the...
So basically you're telling me there's no place we can duck for cover?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
You're in that open area that's heading towards the first bridge right now.
Gunnar, do you want to just stop and confront them and get this over with? I mean, we're walking as we have this conversation, I suppose.
Right.
But
Mike, well, we could just start something or confront them, and or we could try and move a little more briskly. I mean, eventually it's coming. I feel it.
I agree with you. I feel the same.
Ned?
That's my thing. Where's my Zoom? Zoom, where'd you go, Zoom? Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Yes.
We hear you. We
Good.
still see you.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was trying to find it. So.
If you had disappeared, I'd have been like, Debbie, where'd you go?
Like, where'd you go? So, yes, let's quickly move. Let's get to someplace safe. Although, if we're going to be confronted by these folks, let's take care of them. Make quick
Quick work of it. Yes.
Quick work of it.
Indeed. All right. As you're walking toward the bridge, you get like you're closer to the bridge than you are to dockside now. When you hear a splashing of water from the river below, and three slimy, goggle-eyed, what look like fishmen come leaping out of the water and block the path to the bridge. And they, excuse me, they also have that very strange, angry yet confused look on their face.
Great.
We'll walk up the front here like Stand aside. We have no quarrel with you.
They kind of turn their heads, and they have weapons on them, like nets and clubs, and they're wearing some type of armor. But they have that, again, they have that angry, confused look on their face, and they're staring like right at you.
I will brandish my bow as I'm telling you to stand aside.
Meanwhile, the other dudes are getting a little closer behind you as well.
Great. Now we're surrounded.
And they have that angry, confused look on their faces too. So, let's roll for initiative.
I was waiting for that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah.
Add a turn. So you have to make sure that you have your token highlighted, and then go to your character sheet for initiative. Click the initiative button.
Oh yeah, the
Upper
okay.
right corner.
Oh, can I keep the one I have? Can I?
I don't think
All
I'm
right.
gonna get anywhere near. Oh, oops. That rolled to the GM. I rolled a 9 and a 20 for initiative. So let's see what you get there, Snacks, and then I'll decide.
Do you want me to roll my sheet and see what I get on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
My
I had a 20 and a 20 regular, and then 10 by using my sheet.
So Jasmine, you have to click on your token on the map.
yeah, I know. I'm trying, and it's not letting me do anything with it.
Just once you do that, it'll just be highlighted. Then you can go to your character sheet and you can.
It's not highlighting. I'm clicking on it, and nothing's happening.
Let me see here.
Ah, there it goes. And then my character sheet, you said?
Right.
Yeah. 5. Woohoo!
All right, and then Debbie had rolled a 20, so I'll give her the 20. All right, Sickly Ned is going to go first. Sickly Ned, the dog dudes, Gunner, the fish dudes, Frank.
Okay.
Lightning. Lightning's going to hit the fan, Jim?
Yes.
So we've got those 4 guys behind us, 3 in front. Can we see what do they have? 30 feet from there. Yeah.
Yeah, so the fishmen are 30 feet. The closest fish people are 30 feet from Jim. The closest dog person is 30 feet from you.
All right. And right now, because of where I'm at, we're not in. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my crossbow and fire a shot off. Because pretty much we know these folks are coming for us, right?
It sure seems like it. They're not sure why, but they seem upset with you.
So before I try to shoot, can I yell at them? Can I see if I get a reaction?
Well, I yelled at these guys to stand aside because we had no quarrel, and they just looked more menacing when I did that.
And they stink of brine. They stink of the sea.
Got it. And so I'm going to yell at these and go, "What business do you have with us?"
All right. Anything else?
Well, I guess the question is,
They go right after you, so So.
All right. And I yell at them, and they don't respond in a timely fashion, so I'm going to fire my crossbow at them. I'm going to fire at this first one at the front.
All right.
Okay, and I'm going to use my, and I hope I have this right. So I'm going to using short range to attack. Can you take a look at my ranged weapons and make sure it's set up correctly, Chris?
Sure. Let's see here. Go to Sickly Ned, and
Because I think I put those in myself.
crossbow. It looks okay to me.
Okay, great, awesome. So I'm going to use attack.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Let me
Oh yeah.
just look real quick. Okay, crossbow. 1d6, 86, and it's a two-handed weapon, so it still has the same crit range.
Okay.
But the attack die, according to the rulebook, is. Oh no. Sorry, I thought you would have used a d16. You would have used a d16 on your initiative check when you were using that weapon, but it's fine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So do I need to first? Do I need to first do a d16 to see if I can hit?
No, that would be for your initiative.
That's for. Okay.
But it's fine. You weren't really planning on using it at that moment, so it is all set. Yeah, you can go ahead and attack. Press that attack button there.
Okay. Hits AC 15, damage 2.
Yeah, that will hit that dude in the front.
Okie dokie. Cool.
And you said 2, 2 points of damage, so... All right. Excuse me. And it is their turn. The one that you just attacked is going to run up to you and swings a hand axe at you.
Okay.
15. That hit?
My armor class is 15.
So he did not hit you. It chinks. It goes. The blade of the hand axe goes scraping off your armor, but does not manage to get through. The other one only moves 15, and these other two also only move 15. The one in front of you looks angry and not confused. The other ones look still confused and angry. Gunner.
Okay. I am going to move over here. Drawing my bow as I move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to aim for this guy, and if my deed goes off, it's going to knock the bow, or the shot will knock him back into this guy.
Okay. All right, so 9 points of damage and 10 on the crit table.
Crit table 3.
It says crit table 3, yeah. I have it right here. I'm sure you've basically destroyed him. 10 says, sunder foe's weapon. Oh, so your arrow, well, it's the one with the net. The arrow, cuts a line and his neck goes slack and then slams into him. You want to make your luck check?
Yep.
For 9 points of damage. Oh, and then he's going to get struck by lightning from your storm bow for another 5, and he explodes when the lightning hits him, because you did like double his hit points in damage. Fish guts and bits of this fish-like dude fly everywhere in a 10 or 15 foot radius. And it kind of smells like barbecued fish, like fish tacos. Boom is right. All right. They, seeing their friend obliterated, I'm just going to X him off here because he is dead. They still have that confused and angry look on their face.
I'm not frightened.
Shocked. They're like blinking like that was real. That lightning strike was really bright. But they only move 15 feet. They still have that confused and angry look on their face. But they are intently looking at y'all. Frank!
I just was gonna kind of hold my action and unless anybody is actively in battle, and then I would help them.
There's just the one that's right up on Sickly Ned.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the others, the rest of them just seem to be like lumbering at half speed, kind of. Not sure why, but they look like they're coming forward to attack you. They just seem unsure.
I just want to like move up closer to Sickly Ned and kind of hold off. Do you have give me 2 seconds. Let me get my brain back in.
On your weapons tab for your character sheet, I put in all of your weapons. There's
I just got a stiletto.
Oh, I did not put it in the stiletto.
Yeah, and so that's what I was going for. The damage die. Do you know the damage die for the stiletto?
I believe, because that's one of my things from this adventure.
I was looking in
just as a dagger, 1d4.
Okay.
For damage.
Okay. And I don't have my spear with me because that would be really conspicuous in town. So, yeah, I've got the stiletto in hand, and I'm just gonna stand there next to Ned and.
Okay, Ned, it is your turn. And you didn't take any damage, so I'm just gonna push you back to full.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was left over from before.
Right, you would have had time to heal on the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I am going to.
Jim, I think yours is 11 max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Okay, go ahead there, Sickly Ned.
I'm going to take my hand axe and attack this one right in front of me.
Okay. Roll.
Well, yeah. Yeah, make sure I got this right. So that's a 1d6.
All right, roll the hit.
Okay. So I'm going to do my melee weapon attack on this. Oh, I need to just hit the attack, right? Not the.
Yep, just hit the attack button.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There you
AC
go.
7, damage 3.
Missed him. Your attack went a little wide.
A little wide?
A little wide.
Like 1 to 2 fleeting lux wide, or
wider than that, like a 6-inch gap wide.
Okay. I'll stand my ground for now.
All right. He's going to try to attack you because he's the one that has the angry look on his face, and he is terrible at attacking. And this one, 10, 15, moves up 15 feet, but does not attack you, Frank. 5,
Nice.
10, 15. And these guys also move 15 feet. Still that angry but confused look on their face. haven't drawn weapons. Still just they look like they don't know what's going on. Gunner.
Okay. These guys can't move that fast. But I don't like how quickly my friends are being surrounded. So I will back up, and I'm going to shoot an arrow at this guy.
The really big dude.
The really big dude, hoping again that the deed will knock him off his feet into the gentleman behind him.
Fire when ready. Got my handy dandy DCC combat notebook ready. Oh my gosh.
Goes.
Oh my gosh. That is another crit. Yes. All right. So the deed goes off. The hit total is 24. You hit him. 6 plus 3 is 9 points of damage. So he gets hit hard by this arrow. Go ahead and make your luck check while I look up that, and that's going to do the lightning strike damage. 5 on crit table 3. Whoosh. Aren't you glad I gave you that bow?
I love that bow. Well, I really can't do anything. This guy's got fantastic agility, but horrible strength. So he's just not a hand-to-hand guy. But
so the arrow smashes into his face, inflicts another 1d6 damage, and can't smell. You shot him in the nose. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17 points of damage, which is enough to take him out. The arrow goes into his nostril, and then the lightning strikes his head, and you see like his eyes kind of melt out of their eye sockets, and smoke comes out of his ears, and he kind of takes. He doesn't have that confused, angry look on his face anymore. He kind of has this face as he falls forward.
Falls backward into the other guy because the demon.
Oh yeah. Falls backward, stumbles backward into the guy, and because he's slightly bigger than that guy, he. Oops, I can't do that. He smashes into him. That guy has to make an agility check, and he's not sure. So he then falls down. So he is prone.
Perfect.
Boop. And the other guy is kind of half laying on top of him. Man, brutal. The really big dude is dead, in case you hadn't noticed. All right. The fishy dudes. Frank.
Yeah.
You just saw 2 lightning strikes.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
I'm not. Like you said, they look confused, but they don't have any weapons out. So, I've got my stiletto in hand, but I want to kind of try to just put my hand out and be like, look, you don't have to do this.
It's okay, man. We have a card to do this. Sorry, it's a really old, stupid movie. You said that to the dog dude?
The one that's
the
to the upper left.
The canid. This guy,
yeah.
Right? Boop. That one.
That's the guy.
Yeah. And you're like, you don't have to do this, man. He's like, "Arr, arr." Like he's half growling and still confused.
Yeah. I'm like not trying to hurt this guy.
All right. Sickly Ned.
All right.
The hair on your arms is standing up because you were pretty close to that lightning strike.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a bit much for me. I gotta say.
every time.
I know. Well, especially because I've got. If you think about the fact I'm also carrying powder in my, probably I probably have powder.
We're gonna have to have a talk.
Gunner should know better.
We're gonna have to have a talk with Gunner later.
Don't
Yeah.
shoot lightning near me, man.
Yeah.
I want to blow up.
Yeah, have any control over that? Anyway,
It's a lucky
It's
check.
the arrow.
Lightning
It's the arrow.
striking again.
It's the bow, the storm bow.
Okay, I'm gonna take my hand axe and I'm gonna try it again for this guy that's right next to me.
Sure. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna go attack. AC
Oh,
16, damage 5.
You got him. He looks like he's hanging on by a thread. Like you chopped into his shoulder and blood squirts out.
Can I spend one fleeting luck to finish him off?
See, now in Viva La Dungeon on the Liching Hour on Twitch, you can use luck to increase damage. I don't believe that I like that rule for regular DCC.
No, I agree. DCC doesn't fly. Got it.
So, but he, like, his head kind of just lolled to one side after you, like, cut a whole bunch of neck muscles. So
Got
he's
it.
like,
Okay.
there. He can't hold his head up straight. So, he still feels like he has to try to attack you, but he's going to be at a -2, -3. He rolled a -1.
Damn.
Did he just like kill himself?
No, because he rolled a 2 on the die. He just had negatives. This guy tries to get out from under the big guy. This guy, the one in front of Frank, is going to make a morale and just isn't sure. Like, is glaring at you, Frank, like, I'm mad at you. I just don't know why. And so does not attack you. But is standing there like trying to put their forehead up against your forehead and, like, be mad at you.
yeah, I'm holding my ground and, trying not to be imposing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Gunner. Fish heads.
Eat them up. Yum. Oh, yes. I sat in the dark listening to Dr. Demento.
Dr. Demento.
I did too.
Baby. Love it. I'm going to return my attention back to our fishy friends.
That one right there, sure.
Yeah. And, knock another arrow.
You have to sing along, Bert. Fish heads, roly-poly, fish heads. Fish heads, eat them up. Yum!
Yum.
I figured that was an appropriate thing since there's fish dudes attacking and we're in a pirate. I will be 50 next year, Bert.
So AC
Oh,
14.
so the one no deed die, but the 14 is good enough to hit him, and 4 points of damage. Roll for your luck check. Oh, and a luck check. So 4 points of damage plus 2 is 6 points of damage. He gets zapped, and like his club starts on fire. Because there's like metal studs in the club, so when the arrow stuck him, the lightning jumped between the two, and now his club is like blasted and flaming and stuff. Oh, see, you got a few months on me there, Bert. Just a few months. Now August of next year is when I will reach the milestone. I never thought the milestone that should not be. Do I get a diamond because I made it to 50? Is that how this works? I want one this big.
No, I think the award is a colonoscopy.
Hey! That sounds like fun. I haven't had one of those yet.
That's the 50-year-old package. At the
Nice.
doctor's office.
But you survived COVID, so
This is true.
I did survive COVID. And I shot a -5 on the disc golf course today. My best game ever! So yeah, I feel immortal at the moment.
Nice.
All right.
I thought you were in court today.
I was also in court. I got the ticket dropped because I said the indiscriminate collection of license plate data via the use of an ALPR is a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. And the city attorney was like, I don't know, that's way above my pay grade. Did you get this thing solved? And I was like, yeah, I passed emissions 2 days later. You have to drive the car to the emissions to get the test. I told the officer that when he gave me the ticket, and the attorney was like, all right, ticket dropped.
That did that happen to you like 6 weeks ago or something?
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that you were so livid about it.
Yeah, it was just like
you got a ticket on the way to taking care of it.
To get it taken care of. Yeah, I was like, you have to drive the. I was like, officer, you have to drive the car to the place to get the test done. He's like, well, they sent you this letter on August 31st. I'm like, they sent it to me on August 31st. Have you tried to mail something recently? It didn't get here till till September 15th. And then go ahead and try to get an emissions test during COVID. Let me tell you, nobody's doing them.
Yeah, because the number of times that you probably drove your car in a month was probably not, right.
It's funny because the attorney, and then, so after that, like, the attorney's like, so tell me more about this. And I was like, oh, well, the Massachusetts Commonwealth, there was just a court case where they said there is serious privacy issues in regards to how these ALPRs, basically these ALPRs are radar systems they put out on top of the cop car, and then every vehicle that goes by has its information scanned. What the hell kind of world do we live in? That's not what I served in the U.S. military to have America turn into, is a police state of that nature. So I was like, so he and I had this like several minute talk about this, and he's like, I don't know of any case law in Wisconsin about this yet. I'm like, yeah, no, there hasn't. No one's taken it, up to the courts yet. He's like, but even he was like, it sounds like it's bound to happen. And I was like, thank you for dropping the ticket. Have a nice day. It's like an assembly line. You walk in, you give them their name. They're like, stand on that blue line behind those people, and then you just go up and talk to the attorneys. And then if the case warrants it, or you want to speak to the judge, then you have to wait and talk to the judge. And I was like, nope, I'm cool. I was like, I've been unemployed. It was Greendale.
Greendale, okay.
The most racist city in the county, as far as I'm concerned. Because my car is 23 years old and the hood is a little banged up, I suspect that he was like, I'm going to stop this car because we don't want that kind of people here in my town. And he was an utter asshat, too. Leanna was like, Dad, is he going to shoot you? And I was like, what? No! I was like, well, I hope not. Because we had a lot of conversation about police violence this summer, her and I, because I'm always listening to the news, and we went and protested, and we had stuff up in the windows. So she was really scared. I'm like, it's fine, everything's fine. He's probably just going to give me like a go get this fixed ticket. And he didn't. And I was like, you son of a bitch. I was like, what's your name? So when I file my civil liberties suit, I know who to blame.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'm an asshole when I get pulled over for stupid reasons.
Oh no, I'm resisting the urge to continue the tangent because I have another story too.
That city attorney was just like, I was like, oh, thank God I don't have to read this 3-page statement I wrote. And he's like, what? For a ticket? And I was like,
people don't usually put that much work into it, do they? You were like, I am not going to take this ticket.
I was like, there's no way in hell I'm paying this ticket. All right. Gunner just shot another fish dude. And now it's the fish dude's turn. So he 5, 10. All right, he's in range. He's going to try to hit you with the club that you just exploded, sort of. And he rolled a 9, so he missed you.
Whoosh.
You have an arm, if it had been as long as it was previously, it would have caught you, but it wasn't, and so it didn't. And this other one just kind of moves up and is like invading your space. Ned and Frank, has that confused, angry look, just like the guys on the other side, but again does not attack you. Frank,
what is going on? I want them to stop being so aggressive so that we can talk. I just kind of want to push this fish guy back a little bit.
Okay.
Give me some personal space, man. Do you want me to roll something?
Yeah, you're gonna shove the fish guy away from you?
Yeah.
Like try to move him 5 feet? Make a trained strength check. Yeah, I
No.
think he gave me that ticket because he was mad at me because I was like, that's constitutional? Sometimes my mouth just moves as fast as my brain. And then I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said it that way. All right, so I rolled 13 and you rolled 4.
Yeah.
So you go, you,
Ineffectual push.
you try to push him, and he just kind of, and he is gross and wet and covered in like muck and seaweed, and now your hand smells like you just reached deep into the sea and grabbed up a handful of the seabed and are holding it. It's gross.
Great.
It smells. Ugh.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not like I'm just, yeah.
Because you like slammed your hand in and try to push him, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Ugh." All right,
I can imagine.
Sickly Ned.
Man, I gotta take this guy out. I mean, why is he still alive?
This guy here can't pick his. Oh, there's a great snap filter for this guy too. What
I'm
is
going-
that one called, Lich? Where are you when I
This
need
guy
you?
right here, I am going to take my hand axe and attack him with it. It's AC 14, damage 7.
Yeah, you killed him before I could even find the filter for the dog face. Yeah, you slaughtered him. He goes down hard. I can do this one. This is not what I was looking for. This is really creepy. That is not the one.
Yikes.
That is not the one. It's not it. No, there's a really cool one. Well, there used to be. Okay. That canid is cane dead. That was a stretch. Not my best. All right. Other dude, like you're pushing on the fish guy, and this guy is
Yeah.
like all up against you, like snarling in your ear. Again, not attacking you. Gunner, you have a fish dude right smack in your face. He's up in your grill, yo. What do you want to do? His breath stinks, let me tell you.
Thank boss. I'm gonna take a step back and fire another arrow.
All right. Blast away.
Oh no.
It's just a 1 on the deed die, so the deed doesn't go off. Because you were like, oh man, he stinks so bad. Your arrow went like flying off over the bridge. Splunk. Lightning hits the river.
All the fish float to the top.
Yeah.
Whoops.
All the fishmen float to the top.
Sorry.
All right. You have not hit that guy, right? The one that's right in front of you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, he's been hit.
He has?
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah. I hit him in the last round.
I was looking at this. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he's going to try to attack you with his burnt-out club again. Raw swings and a miss. He's terrible. This other fish guy is going to try to shove you, Frank. You shove.
Okay.
You shove me. I shove you.
Got it.
Rolls a 16 on the shove. Give me a trained strength check.
Oh, yeah, let me pull up my character sheet again. I was tabbed out.
Ooh, it's a tough struggle, but manages to just shove you back 5 feet.
All right. I cannot use my luck to bump that up by 1.
You could, if you want to really stand your ground. Sure, you could burn one
Fleeting
of those
luck?
fleeting luck. Yeah, I'll put you
Okay,
back where you were.
I'll
there.
do that.
All right, so it's like you're in this intense struggle with this fish guy as it's trying to push you away and you're trying to push him away and nobody's moving
You
anywhere.
know, they only attack when we attack them.
Oh,
They do the things like I pushed him, he pushed me back. I'm
clever
noticing a
player.
mirroring pattern again.
Player. Hey, Frank, it's your turn.
Why? Because everybody else, all these other guys are dead?
No, because you go after the fish guys.
That's right. I'm just lost track of the order. Fish guy that I'm pushing against. I want to stick him with my stiletto, but I'm not trying to kill him.
You want to fish gut him?
No, I'm looking for like attention, like just trying to snap him out of it more than
All right.
anything else.
Roll to attack him.
Yeah, right here with the stiletto.
Yep. Just poke that.
Oh,
attack.
I'm not. What?
When you push the attack button, a pop-up's going to show up in the main Roll20 window, and you can just click through because there's no situational factors changing the roll.
Okay.
Is what it comes
All
down
right. So just
to. It's
submit.
like 2 or 3 of them, yeah.
Any attack bonus? No. Okay.
Oh, 19. Yeah, you stab him real hard. You stab him real hard.
Yeah.
And like bluish green fish blood comes squirting out at you.
Yeah.
Bluish
Great.
green fish blood. I just decided. All right. That's Frank. Now it's Sickly Ned.
All right. So I got this fish guy right on my back, right?
Yeah. Like in a struggle now with Frank. Like they're
We're just-
fighting, and then Frank stabbed it.
Okay. So it's gonna be safer to go for this dog boy, or try to help Frank.
The
take that one?
dog boy has not attacked anyone yet.
Okay.
Has just been like menacing in the area.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can use my. I'm gonna take my short sword and see if I can finish off this one right next to me.
All right, roll to hit.
All right. AC 18
Yes.
and 6.
That is enough to gut that fish dude for fish fillets for everyone tonight. Really stinky fish fillets for
Not
dinner.
so much.
All right, and then dog dude moves there and menaces, and this guy finally stands up because he had the other guy on him, and he moves into this, and he's menacing in that area. Like that. Gunner.
Try again. Step back.
Hello.
There we go.
There it is. The deed goes off. Whatever it was.
I didn't pronounce a deed.
That's fine. 18. It doesn't matter. 18 hits. 8 points is more damage than he had left. You put that arrow right through his throat, and he goes down in a smelly, slimy slump. Smelly, slimy slump. Oh, and then as he does, he gets zapped by lightning for more damage.
I just gotta roll it.
And that is the end of the fish dudes from the initiative. Frank, your fish guy just got skewered by a sword from Sickly Ned.
Yeah. And then, so I turn around and there's a dog boy breathing down my neck.
Yeah.
And I'm totally done with this, so I'm just gonna, like, swing around with my stiletto and try to get him. So, I do have a to hit bonus that I didn't use before, by the way.
It should automatically be
Oh, it does.
included when you
Okay.
press the attack. You can
Okay.
mouse over any roll, and you can see the math behind the roll if you'd like
Okay. It says any attack bonus 0 in the pop up. That's all I asked.
Oh, that's the situational stuff. So,
Oh.
like, if you look at that 12 you just rolled, it's a 10 plus 2, actually.
Got
so
it.
you rolled a 10. And then when you look at the damage, it was actually you rolled a 2 on the d4, and you have a plus 2.
Yep.
So you did 4 points of damage. All right, that is this guy. Your blade is running along his armor, and you're not quite sure it's gonna find a soft spot to poke into him.
Okay.
It's really close, though. Are you satisfied with that roll?
No, are you hinting that I should use a luck?
Up to you.
Yeah, no, I will.
Hello, JJ. See you in there. But I love y'all, he says. Jeremy Jones says he loves us all. Yeah, if you burn a point of luck, you will do the 4 points of damage.
I did that.
All right. So you do 4 points of damage to him. Dog boy cries out. Sickly Ned. Frank has started attacking the Canid behind them.
Got it. And we haven't. And this guy is now standing, right?
Yeah, he just stood. He like climbed out from the really big guy. This is a big guy, but not the biggest. And he climbed out, and now he's stand up, and he's like leaning over you. Still got that confused yet angry look. Like he's not sure why he's angry with you, but he is. And since no one has attacked him, well, he was just lying on the ground, so he hasn't attacked you yet. His turn is after you.
So I'm going to go ahead and, I won't say get while the getting's good. I'm going to hit while the hitting's good.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go for him with my hand axe because he's a big boy. I'm going to
Chop him down to size.
see what I can do. Oh!
Ooh. A
Nice.
dirty 20. Definitely hits him, does 6 points of damage, takes a big chunk of, a big chop at him. He does not look like he liked that at all. And it is now his turn. And he's going to swing a big old club at you. And completely miss, because he's confused and angry.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
The other Canid that Frank just stuck for 4 points is going to try to hit Frank back, and also misses by rolling worse than his partner with a natural 1. Oh, that's a fumble.
Fumble.
Oh my gosh, that's a fumble.
Let's get ready to fumble.
Let's get ready to fumble. I'm going to say, because he's got some armor on, it's a D8. He rolled a 3. Weapon comes loose in your hand. Quickly grab it, but you have a -2 penalty on your next attack roll. I don't know that he's going to have a next attack roll at the rate he's going. Gunner.
Okay. I will move up here, and I'm going to take a poke at the big guy. Because he's a big guy, and my little friends are going to get hurt.
Oh, he is a good guy.
Your little female, one female and one indeterminate gender. You're worried about us getting hurt?
No,
I mean, look around.
I know.
Who's going to get hurt? There's like
I
smoking
wasn't
fish.
watching. I don't know.
Smoking
There's-
fish meat piles and dead dudes.
We're taking our, we're handling things pretty well. I
Fish
think.
You are,
kebabs.
actually.
Yes, now that we know,
Actually, I'm gonna...
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and shoot, and we'll try and hit him in an area that might knock him prone if he gets hit.
Fire
Now he's gonna
away.
miss and
If he had missed, there was a 50%
No,
chance
no.
that he would hit one of you. But he did not. In fact, he rolled a 3 on the D die and another natural 20. Everybody gets a point of fleeting luck.
Yay!
9
Nice.
points of damage just from that. And 11 on crit table 3. My God. Fumble crit. Wanting to catch more of some of my favorite people. Oh, ice. Anytime I see you, Jeremy, it's a win. Unexpected or not. 11 on crit table 3. Says, hammers foe's belly. Ooh, arrow to the belly. Gross. Causing massive internal
Ooh.
bleeding.
Ooh.
Unless he receives magical healing, the foe dies in 1d5 hours. Pfft, more like 1d5 seconds when I add up all the damage. All right, so, and the lightning strike goes off because of the luck check success. Kerpow! 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 points of damage when he had but a mere 6 points left. His arm blows off, blood and gore, and cooked
splatter all over me, right?
cooked humanoid
And me,
meat.
and me,
Yep.
and
Yeah,
I'm
on
looking,
us.
I'm looking at Frank going,
Smells a
Ew.
little bit like pig on the Barbie.
I'm glad we hadn't taken a shower yet.
How
Yeah.
many
Dry cleaning.
creatures have you now exploded in this melee, in this fight there, Gunner? Is that the second?
Oh,
Third?
no, that might be the fourth, actually.
Dead person everywhere.
Hawkeye.
Frank.
Dead person everywhere.
Luckily, you weren't looking
Hey,
that
we
direction. so it's not your eye.
weakened him for you. We
You
Yeah,
did.
we did.
I would have never done it without you guys.
I'm gonna stab the dog boy here again and
All right.
finish that off, hopefully.
Says dog
I
boy.
need my weapons page. I really wanted to talk to these guys, but they just didn't really give us much of a chance.
It's curious, isn't it? Oh!
Woo!
And with that, 19 and the 5 points of damage, combat is over.
Yes.
I mean,
Dog boy
the
drops
ones
to
that
the
aren't exploded, we need to check them over because I'm wondering if they've been influenced somehow.
ground.
Yes. And we want to see if there's any loot besides fish fillets.
Yeah.
There's a fish
and
kebab, and there's some fish fillets.
Fish kebab. But any loot drops, or as you know, as you said, anything that was influencing them, since they seem so.
Anything shady in their pockets, that kind of thing.
Did any of the fish guys not explode? Yeah, you skewered that one, Sickly Ned.
Yes, the one right next to
That
me.
one that got skewered had some really cool shark skin leather armor on.
Ooh.
Which looks like a +3. I'm gonna call it like. Let's see. Let me look at the equipment list real quick. It'd be like studded leather or hide. It'd be like hide, as a matter of fact. That's because that's what it is. So you'd get a +3 AC bonus, but it's a check penalty of -3 and a fumble die of D12. And it has a pokey hole on each side from where you stab through it. They have smoldering, shattered clubs and nets that they would catch people in that have been torn asunder by the storm bow, decimating things. The one that was there with you that had the armor also had like a barbed mace. So it's like a mace that's got these wicked looking razor hooks on it.
Anybody watch The Walking Dead? It's Lucille.
I
Oh
haven't
yeah.
watched it in a long time, so
Yes.
Sure.
Oh.
if
so
that works for everybody, we'll call it that. All right. The other dudes the really big guys and the canids. The two canids just had some basic club and short sword. Nothing super cool. The really big dude had a two-handed sword that he not once drew.
And doesn't he only have one hand now? So
Yeah. Yeah. And the fairly big dude had a long sword, and there were a couple hand axes, like 3 hand axes total, and a couple daggers, 2 daggers. 2 daggers, 3 hand axes, a long sword, and a two-handed sword.
somebody taking notes. I'm not taking notes right now.
Two-handed sword, long sword, 3 hand axes, short sword.
2 daggers. And that mace.
Two
The wicked
daggers.
looking mace.
Lucille is basically a bat wrapped in barbed wire.
Yep.
Yeah, this is like those things on razor wire.
Yeah.
Like those are what these prongs look like,
Got
sticking
it.
out of the head of this mace.
So I would take the two-handed sword if Frank doesn't need it. Because Frank,
I don't-
what's your melee weapon? Your highest melee weapon?
My biggest one is a spear that I didn't bring with me. I actually was more interested in the hand axes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll definitely give you my hand axe for the two-handed sword.
Well, no, I mean the 2 hand axes that these guys had. I'd take those.
They had
There's-
some as well.
Can I have one of those? There's
Sure.
3 of them.
Oh, are there 3?
Yeah.
I want 2. 1 for each hand.
So you can swing a hand axe as melee, or you can throw it.
Right.
Either way, it does 1d6 damage.
Okay.
If you throw it, your range is 10, 20, or 30. So at 10, it's short. There's no penalties. At 20, it's -2. And at 30, it's 1 die size down. So you would roll a d16 to attack if you were trying to throw a hand axe 30 feet. Anyone that's ever tried to throw a hand axe 30 feet, you can see why.
Okay.
Try to get it
Well-
stick in that tree.
I mean, there's no way I didn't get short range. What?
And then when it's in short range, when you're swinging it it acts as a melee weapon, so your strength bonus as opposed to when you're throwing.
Okay, would you say the damage was 1d6?
1d6, yeah, for the hand axe.
Okay.
The two-handed sword is 1d10. Long sword is 1d8. Even in death, the ones that aren't exploded have this confused snarl on their face. Something like
Would you
that.
say that the attack die for the thrown hand axe is a D?
It's also
is 2 less?
it's still a d6 for damage.
No, I know, but for the attack.
Not until you get to long distance, and what you would do is before you press the attack button, you would change the range on the ranged weapon to
Oh,
long,
okay.
and it'll do it for you. The character
Range
sheet will
attack.
do it.
Got it. Okay. And what did you say the short? What are the ranges were?
10,
30?
20, 30.
Oh, 10, 20.
10, 20,
Okay,
30.
that's fair.
Not the most aerodynamic things, hand axes. They are, but they're not.
Well, I mean, it's better than my spear.
All right. What else you want to do? Oh, you want to... Oh, they probably have some coin. Let's see. I'm going to say... There. 42 copper, 31 silver, and 10 gold. You can just look at the rolls I did. 42 copper, 31 silver, 10 gold. The fish dudes did not have... They have, like, shiny bits of coral and stuff on their bodies, but other than that, they look like they're more prepared to wage war than to go out on the town. Sort of.
All right.
So that's 14 copper apiece.
14
10
copper,
silver.
10 silver.
3 gold, and then we'll spend a gold and a silver when we get back to the end for our rooms.
Yeah, there's some leftovers.
That work?
Eat, drink, be merry with the rest of it. All right. Other people had walked by during the... I mean, that was a pretty long combat. That was... I want to say... What, like 6 rounds? 7 rounds? My gosh, that was almost a minute of combat. Some people had walked around just giving you a wide berth. Like, don't know what's going on here, not getting involved.
Yeah.
Shit's blowing up.
Yeah, it is a pirate town, so they're like, nope. They check, like, not my crew, not my crew. All right, I'm good. That's really how it goes.
Oh, funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are...
We didn't find anything weird or unusual as far as, like, trinkets or, like, I don't know, what, notes or something.
No notes, no marks on them aside from
Jewelry?
regular, no jewelry.
I think they were coming for the pearl.
You think so?
Ooh.
Yep.
I'd buy that. Yeah, the pearl is making them chase us, kind of.
We gotta get rid of this thing.
Yeah, let's keep going towards the castle or the tower.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. It's not really a well-worn path, so there's loose stones and stuff, and it takes a while. And eventually you get to where you can see this craggy tower rising from the end of a promontory that juts out into the ocean.
Okay.
And you figure that must be it's the only building out here. It must be the tower of the weird mage that lives just outside of Lowport. And that, my friends, is where we will call the game today. Not because I don't have the tower prepared, because I didn't know there was a tower. Nothing like that.
Funny how it looks like a pangolin.
Yeah, it's called the Stony Pangolin.
Great pangolin.
They crammed it into a tower. All right, so got some gold, got some weird people chasing after you. You're headed up to the mage to sell the Black Pearl from the tower. So call the game there. Let's go. Good game, guys. Thanks, Bert. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun in this weird sort of situation. And COVID can't keep me down. I'm immortal.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out that, somewhat ironically, I guess, we in your special characters have the lucky rolls with the different attributes magically healing. I survived the plague.
Yep, survived the plague. I saw that.
But I haven't actually had that yet, so luckily, knock on wood.
My Yelp review of COVID is worst virus ever. Do not get.
Yeah.
If there was such a thing as Yelp reviews for viruses, which would be really weird. We do live in kind of a weird society, and I mean, it might happen. let's go around and see if anybody's got anything they want to talk about. I'm just going to look at the OBS interface. Snacks, got anything going on?
Yeah, starting this Friday, not Friday, sorry. Starting on Sunday at 5 p.m., I will be playing in Bitter Harvest over on TT2KB, tabletop RPGs. So yeah, looking forward to that. So, and then also a week from Friday, I think, I'm doing Girls Night Out with the Liching Hour.
Always fun. Always a fun time to watch and participate in. Oh, TT2KB is actually streaming right now.
Yeah, I think he's doing some great game prep for 100 Duels for Vampires. And I'm also playing in the beta session 2 of Viva La Dungeon Hardcore next Tuesday at Liching Hour. So, but yeah, and a couple other things coming down the pipes as well. And then hopefully playing Starcrawl here soon.
Next week, Wednesday, definitely. I am healthy enough to run StarCrawl. I thought I was going to be able to manage it, but I did not. Hey, Piplex03, thanks for following. It is greatly appreciated. And let's see. Jim, you got something going on?
Yeah. So Saturday, I am actually going to be participating in the Jerry Stefik Memorial Crawl for the Cure, which Two Old Guys Games is one of the sponsors for that. I'm going to be on the DCC Mayhem Twitch channel, and we are going to be gaming pretty much all day from 10 a.m. till midnight. We're doing some DCC, we're doing some Dark Trails, we're doing some 5e. I'm participating in 2 of those things. You can go on there and you can make some donations to the American Cancer Society for some in-game effects to either help us or send us some gloom and doom to have to deal with in our adventures. So come and check that out and help support the fight for cancer, fight against cancer.
Excellent.
Fight for cancer.
Yeah, I'm glad you hooked us up with them. We were very happy to throw some PDFs and some other stuff at them, and
yeah, there's plenty of
raise some money.
opportunities. Yeah, to bid for PDFs for all sorts of different modules from Goodman Games, from Two Old Guys, from Purple Sorcerer. There's a whole bunch of folks that contributed PDFs.
Goodman, there's some Dark Trails stuff. There's some Troll Lord games, I think. Yeah. There's Goodman Games stuff. There's both DCC and 5e. And we threw in some The Lost Halls of Skarnaskis 5th edition, which is also a DCC adventure available from Two Old Guys Games. Is it, you said the Twitch channel is DCC Mayhem?
DCC Mayhem.
All right, I'll throw that in chat. Jasmine, you got anything cool and interesting going on?
Not really. Not game related.
Not game related?
In fact, I don't even really know the details. Some friends of mine were making some plans right as we were getting started, and I said, I can't do this right now. So yeah. But what it is music. We watch Twitch streams of local DJs, people who would normally be spinning in the clubs, like Mad Planet. Specifically Mad Planet DJs, but there's a couple others that we watch. And then we get together socially distancing, but in person, and just the 3 of us in our, because they're, my friend's bubble.
Sure.
And dance and have a good time.
It was really great playing with you, Jasmine. Really enjoyed
thank you.
it.
I had a great time too. I think that Ned and Frank are going to get along great.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta get one of the other guys in here so we have a balance of pronouns across the board.
Girl power all the way.
So what did you think though about Christopher? That's the first time you'd heard that much of Sickling Ned's backstory. What did you think about that?
It was a very emotional and heart-wrenching story. and definitely a way someone becomes a pirate. Absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
My character doesn't know it, but the player enjoyed it a lot.
Excellent. Good to hear.
Awesome.
And I am Christopher from All the RPGs and Two Old Guys Games. You can find us at 2oggames.com. You can find us at DriveThruRPG, and you can even find us on the Goodman Games official store, where we have Sinking the Circularies there in print, along with the judges screen. Which reminds me, Debbie, I have to get a package out to you now that I'm healthy. It's in my very short to-do list, and I will get that done as soon as I can. And you can find us on Goodman Games Official on Thursdays, either playing X-Crawl or the Swashbucklers, which is my other pirate game. I am not running it the rest of this month. We're going to take off. I think the raid popped off without me. That's fine. And that's all I got right now. Oh, you sometimes see me on Viva La Dungeon over at the Liching Hour, who's my super duper big pal. If you like what we're doing here, definitely check out what the Liching Hour is doing on Tuesdays and Saturdays and other days. He streams a lot. I'm trying to get some more streaming done myself. Oh,
We're talking about the Circopolis. That's
Hey, Chris, you're off. Chris,
it's beautiful.
Hey, Chris, I think you accidentally hit your raid too soon.
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
I'll just close it out. We're still streaming. It's
Oh,
fine
got
that
it,
everybody
got it,
popped.
okay.
Everyone popped over. Hell yeah,
Oh,
more
it's-
rums. Says the Lich. So, all right. Did it go? Did we go? We went. You're being boarded. Yar! Cool. All right. I'm going to end the stream, and then we'll hang out and chat for a while.